Look at the newies just humming.
Finally hooked up here. I got something pretty big. Okay, we're in the boat again. A little bit different scenario this time. We're out on Lake of the Woods. There's a little bit of open water around Kenora. Not much at all. Gonna try to scratch up a few walleyes. You know, could run down to the Rainy River and join the party down there, but let's be honest, it's getting a little boring. It's a little played out. It's good fishing, but it's a zoo down there and it's not the prettiest place to be, and whatever, I just want to catch them around here. It's never easy this time of year, like you'd think it'd be. You know, around Lake of the Woods, you'd think you can just pull up on any hump and just smash the piss out of them, but very rarely the case. It's always super specific, but we're gonna give her a go, see what happens here. Locked in pretty bad. In my dumb days, I'd probably start breaking through it, but enough transducers and beat up boats have made me a little more responsible over the years.
Because I got responsibles now. Growed up.
Not too much, but enough to not try this, so. Gonna have to just fish around here. It's gonna be a grinder now. And I forget to ask in a lot of videos too, but it's part of the deal. If you can just slide her down, like, subscribe, write something on there, comment maybe what you want to see or whatever, just any kind of thing to get the algorithm rocking. The boss is looking at me now, wondering why a 31-year-old man is talking to a GoPro in his garage. I've spent pretty much the last 30 years of my life making fun of people in windshield boats. You know, always having a bass style boat or a single console. I think I've been mistaken all those years. I stole the wife's boat tonight. It's a 17 foot, like a mid 2000s Lund, and super comfy. Definitely what you want for this time of year. I feel like an idiot for missing out all these years, so. I mean, yeah, the casting deck, you can hardly lay down a 24-inch ice rod, but you definitely make up for that and some comfort back at the helm. I'm happy with this right now. Had to add a nice custom casting deck to the old girl. The piece there was missing, so the nice piece of 5/8 ply. That's big money these days. Nice upgrade. I did throw an Ultrex on it, so that's kind of one thing I found I don't really want to go fishing without. I've done this lots this time of year, and it's a tough year out here right now because there's very little current. So I don't expect it to be easy, but could still be good. Got one right there off the end of the structure, is it? Finally hooked up here. I was just cruising around with the big motor because I've been striking out. I got something pretty big. I don't know what it is. What do you got? Ah, it's a chain pickerel. That's my first Lake of the Woods open water fish of the year. It's a brutal pike in 45 feet. No, that's not gonna do. Ugh. Nice eater though. Well, I guess we gotta take it. Bunch of fish down there. They don't look like big ones, but I'll take any bite right now. Getting my clacker out for this business. Of course, there's marks under the ice sheet. I got one. Right on the ice. There we go. There's actually people ice fishing up there. I just saw. What do we got? First walleye? Yep. Little one, and I had to go open water clacking to get him. But we got him. Right under an ice flow. See that there? That's what happens when you crush them in 45 feet. So even though it's a 12.5 incher, he's going in the dead well. It's irresponsible to let that thing go. There we go. Choo choo. Oh yeah. Just sack lunched her. This is a little one. Oh. Not suitable for the pan. Oh yeah. Nice. Just got a clack shot of live minnow in 50 feet. And you can get yourself your first few open water walleyes of the year. We're into him now. He's just honking on her. Oh, you dummy. That's a good one too. You'll say, well, why didn't you set the hook? You would have caught him. Well, maybe. I just like reeling into him. Usually works, but I'm also not used to fishing in 50 feet, so I'm using a rod. I usually using 25 drop shot, or sorry, clack shot. It's way different. Oh, he grabbed her again. Look at him eat it. And there's no rush. I'm gonna bill dance this one a little bit harder just to ensure satisfaction. There we go. No harm in that. No harm in that. Oh yeah. How do you like that? Sweet. Okay, well I've hit my limit of 12.5 to 14 inchers, so pretty much the ultimate success. You know, the ultimate gratification. The only natural thing to do now would be to go pick up the wife and pick off another 4. But she's watching Grey's Anatomy and it's getting late, so I'm not gonna sit out here and beat on these fish. They're super deep, so I'm gonna slide up shallow and just see if we can't pick off a big one, maybe coming up and cruising around. I got a half an hour of daylight or so left. The wind's kicking up, so the quality of this video just went from bad to worse. I don't have any mics out. We're down a GoPro, so we'll see what happens here. The shithawks are going hog wild. They're getting revved up. Premium opportunity for a plug. If you do want a boat, WSL's right behind me. They got, they're the Lund dealer around, and if you want one of these beauties, or you know, something a little more hardcore like the Pro V Bass or whatever, impacts, there's lots of good stuff. Go see Cam and they'll set you up. There's one in Winnipeg too. Good operation. Oh no, we got a bite. I got him. I don't know how dark it is. Yeah. Sweet. I finally understand why all YouTubers are doing catch and cooks these days. If you don't catch enough fish to fill your little video, then I guess you gotta cook them and somehow make her up to 10 minutes or whatever the algorithm likes. So am I gonna do that? Maybe. Okay, if you're still here, then you're the reason that these types of videos exist. For some reason, the catch and cook videos have gone haywire. I don't really understand it. It's just breading and frying fish every single time. But like I said earlier, if you have garbage fishing and whatever, need to keep your content rolling in the slow seasons, and I guess you got to do this kind of stuff. So like I said, this is like YouTuber 101 coding, catch and cook. Like that's the most YouTubey name I've ever seen. This is my buddy Jay, and his business partner Josh came out with this. He sent it to me, so I'm gonna give it an honest opinion. There's nothing in this garage that I don't believe in, and I'll never tell anyone to buy something or lead someone, you know, astray if I don't like it. So we're gonna give it the actual test. I'm in my garage right now, not in Mom's kitchen like most, you know, YouTube catch and cooks are. I mean, when I watch these catch and cooks and it's some kid in his mom's kitchen, like there's no way I'm taking fish frying tips from that guy. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it in an egg wash. I know they say not to on some of these, whatever kind of promo they've had for these. And it says on the bag you can. I'm doing it anyway. This is to ensure you get the maximum impact from the product here. So I'm in the garage doing this. Our kitchen's actually under renovation right now, so don't really have a setup in there. I don't live in my garage and cook in here. The proper way to do a shore lunch, or a catch and cook, as the lubers call it, is on a rock though, on the lake, on a fire. That's the way to do her, that's the best. But we're making do right now. It doesn't look how I thought it would look. It's like, looks kind of hot saucy. Hint of garlic. It's really powdery. My favorite breading that I've found is called Smith Camp's, and it's a similar powder to this. It's a different base, but toss her around. I'll probably do a big shore lunch video at some point and show you how to get her done right, you know, not using Mom's air fryer or anything like that, you know, do it the proper way. But I'll give you a couple tips for now, a couple bonus tips. One thing that I can tell you is when you're breading your fish, once it's covered up, put it on the plate with the rib side up. It's hard to tell on the camera, but there's a flat side and there's a, you know, a raised side where the ribs are. Put the flat side down, because that's how you're gonna cook it, so that's how you put it on the plate. When I was younger and used to guide, like, I didn't get trusted with the, you know, with the skillet right away. That's like a rite of passage. So it was on breading detail lots. And I'd turn myself into a donut and be so covered in powder. But learned pretty quick that if you put the fish on the plate in just a random order, instead of having her nice ribs up every time, well, you'd have an old boy from Newfoundland tearing a strip off you out on the rock. Get a little more in there. With this powdery stuff, it usually doesn't take much to cover a whole pile of fish, so you don't want to be wasting a bunch of it. There's probably enough in there to coat, like, I don't know, a bunch of walleyes. I'll probably use a quarter of that bag to coat these 4. These are just like perfect size eaters too. I got pretty lucky that those were the first 4 I caught out there. You know, fishing in that deep water, I could have got a 19-incher and a 10-incher, and I wouldn't have as pretty of a little shore lunch spread here. Okay, they're all breaded up. It's stuck nicely. I mean, I'm using egg and milk, so it better. It's looking good. Looks like there's kind of like some coarse granular in there. That's probably going to come out nicely. Very photogenic, I'm sure. Yeah, we're going to give that a shot. Shore lunch tip number 2. Get yourself some adequate footwear. You don't want to be frying fish in your new Air Jordans or your flippy floppies, your Birkenstocks, whatever you're wearing these days. You're going to want your New Balance 801s or whatever these are called. They're good for cutting grass, as you can see. And then back here, they've got a little bit of fish frying history on them. Also good for, you know, other various puttering. I should tie that lace before I take a header into the oil, but there's tip number 2, so write that one down. That guy and these are like peanut butter and jelly. Like I said, I usually like a fire, but that's not happening right now. Here's a free tip. Don't be running chocolate milk or drinking apple juice when you're running a deep fryer. It's unbecoming, it just doesn't work. Ribs up. First impressions. The darkened color may give the illusion of pre-browned. So there's strike 1, Jay. Not a big deal, but you know, to an unexperienced eye, I might think that that was golden brown, but she's just been humming in there for a second. I want her tinking off the pan. Salad bacon out of there. She's looking pretty decent. It's not all pretty like it is on Jay's channel. If you want that, you can head over there. Okay, well, let's do this. The long-awaited review on catch and kill, or catch and cook. Let's see. This is honestly the first time I've had it. It's looking good. You can definitely tell there's been some thought put into the aesthetics of it. It tastes good. There's a little tiny bit of spice. It's not as crunchy as I thought it was going to be. I suppose a double dip would cure that. It stayed on really well. I'd call it my second favorite breading. It's good. It's legit. I don't know if it's going to rival Smith Camp's in my books, but it's right there. It's right there. And it's going to be really good on grouse too. So, oh, tip number 3. I haven't made her there yet. If you're going to be guiding, like when you're a kid or anything like that, or you have a lot of shore lunches, maybe skip the fries because you start to go around in a hurry. Little story, my buddy John Frost and I started guiding up north when we were like 17, 18, and we each gained so much weight we almost had to prop down our 50 horses towards the end of the season just from hammering on shore lunch every day with fries on the side. So anyway, I'd pick up a bag of this for sure. This isn't going to be my last crons with it. And that's legit. Thanks, Jay. I'll give you an 8.9. See everyone, hit some of them buttons down there, like, subscribe, and I don't know, maybe comment your favorite breading or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna eat. Take her easy.